Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 4 on Omnifactory. I have been really busy. You can see I'm starting out here. There is a good reason why. Got some steaks in my hand, having a good day. We did a little bit on the crops, nothing really too major. I mean, I need to come through here and harvest all this. And that's a very tedious task, and we can't automate that just yet. And I keep putting torches down, no big deal, no big deal. But yeah, I'm trying to get a few quests done. And I'm going to take those out of my hotbar because that's getting kind of annoying. And we're going to progress through the pack quite a bit. I have a few things planned today. One being to get steel up and going, because steel is going to be a big key in a lot of stuff. And these I'm just going to leave there. But in between episodes, I was a little busy, got most of my ores done, and we have a friend. Oh yes, we got a wolf. And when I said I got most of my ores processed, yeah, I got a lot done. That took quite some time to do, a lot more than what I was expecting it, because the way to pulverize it in this pack is this right here, and this is super, super slow. Then I have to either pulverize them again or use a hammer. And I've been doing the lazy way, did the hammer. I did upgrade all these copper, or all these furnaces to copper, and we're going to upgrade these a little bit more today. Is after the copper furnace, you got the, I believe it is silver. Yeah, it's a silver furnace, and then you go up to the gold. Now, I should have enough silver, and I should have enough gold to do that. Let's go ahead and jump in the quest book and see what we actually have to do today. I do really want to get into the pack a little bit more, and I noticed this right here. And using plain steam dynamos is pretty inefficient. It's strongly recommended to make these augments. With these, you can turn one steam dynamo into a steam boiler, and other steam dynamos into steam turbines. The ratio is 1 to 2, so we're going to have one steam boiler to 2 steam turbines. And it can create 320 RF instead of 40. Now, that actually sounds like a good plan. Now, right now, these are just basically filling this up, and I also did make a few more batteries to kind of hold us over. And please be quiet, dog. Yeah, I was busy doing that. I would like to get that done, and steel. So steel can be made in the alloy smelter, which you made in the last episode, which is 1 wrought iron to 1 coal. So that's not that big of a deal. I did pulverize some charcoal over here. Also, I made a lot more charcoal. Now, wrought iron, I don't think I actually got any of that being made. Let me double check. I got some of that, some nether quartz. I don't think I actually made any. So let me cook up a bit of that. And while we're waiting on that, and these things are like super fast now, which is always pretty good. We are going to see about getting these augments for these steam dynamos. So I am going to need another steam dynamo, and also because it's a 2 to 1. So one more steam dynamo, and I think that's about it. And these 2 augments that I have bookmarked right here. They're not too bad. Copper plates, iron gears, but I would like to actually get this first. This mold, which does not look too hard. I mean, 4 steel plates and a file and everything, and makes that. That's going to save us a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and cook up this rest of this wrought iron, and let's go ahead and get this started. And I'll be back in just a minute after I get all this cooked up. All right, there we got the steel done. That wasn't too bad. It was just it's actually kind of taxing on the power apparently, because this thing is just straight up going down pretty quick. But I'm making a few more pieces, and I also decided to make some of copper, nickel, and invar. So that will actually help us out a little bit with getting the quest done. Not that big of a deal, but we're going to go ahead and take these, get these started, and put these in the compressor. So I just want to do 4 for now. That shouldn't take too long. Then we'll get the hammer, get that done, and these are going to be all done by the time this gets done. So that's actually pretty good. Now, these molds. What other molds do we have? We have the anvil mold, which doesn't look too bad. cylinder mold, ingot mold, bottle mold, gear mold, which is the one we want, nugget mold, small gear, and a big gear. So I want to get the small, mold, creative tank, what? Oh, okay. All right, so we want to get the small and the other one done. So that doesn't look too bad. There's 4. Let's go ahead and get the last 4. Let's grab this. Get this going. And really, it was pretty simple. I mean, you need the file and the hammer, which I believe I had to put the hammer. Yeah, so I'm gonna get these made real quick and find my file because that's gonna take me a minute. All right, so there is a quest to actually get this, and apparently I need 2 of these on me at one point in time. I don't know why that is necessary, but okay, we're gonna go with that. Now we do have the Invar, the Cooper Nickel, and everything else. So that should ding ding, perfect. That was this quest right here. Now it actually was letting us make a upgraded version of the satchel. So it's wanting us to make the upgraded version of the satchel. So all we need is some 10 nuggets and we'll complete that quest, really. I think I have some 10 in here. Oh, yes. There we go. And that is that one. And I don't think I actually have the hardened version. I think I have the regular version, if I can remember where I put it at. Yeah, I just have the basic. So let's go ahead and see if we can upgrade this real quick. Shouldn't take too much. There we go. It's a hardened version, and it expanded the inventory a little bit. So that's not bad. I would like to actually keep that because that's going to be quite useful in the future, especially when we're doing explorations. Speaking of explorations, I actually did try to clear out some of the buildings around me, and you notice it's a lot quieter. Well, I got a few things. And you can see there's a little highlighted area right over there, and we're going to go there in a minute. I'm going to show you exactly what you can find in these. Now, I may do an episode where I'm just taking one of these down and basically showing what type of loot you can get in it, but it will not be today. So the last mold it is wanting us to get is the block mold, which I don't know why, but we're going to get it anyways because it is a quest. And, well, I guess it does have some purpose if you want to make snow. And obsidian and glowstone. Okay, so there is a reason behind it. There we go. We got the molds. Now, the molds you can sit here and put in the alloy smelter and it would make what you need. So that's going to help us out when we're making things. Go ahead and claim that one. I didn't claim this one either. Now, dark steel, I can cheese this a little bit because I do actually have some dark steel ingots. But the recipe behind that is actually not too bad. If I remember correctly, I looked at it earlier. And it's really steel and obsidian. Or void crystal. Either or. So I have 3 out of 12. That's not going to really cut it. But I did actually also find some dark steel boots. So I got quite a bit of loot right here. It was interesting, and I found a few enchanting tables. So that was kind of a insult to injury when I went through all that trouble to make one. So, and Damascus steel. Grab all that stuff out. I believe, well, I got a few things in here. And golden apple. I mean, can't complain about the golden apple. Let me get this stuff put up. Go. And I have been kind of rearranging my base a little bit. Just to kind of clean it up. There we go. Got quite a bit there. So it is wanting us to make these 2 augments right here. So I'm going to need some iron gears. And I need 2 of these. And 1 of these. So it's going to need 3. And we're going to have to make hardened glass. So hardened glass. Let's see if it's a hard recipe. Dun, dun, dun. That's a horrible pun. 1 lead, 4 obsidian. Okay, I know I have some obsidian. Or at least I can make some obsidian. So it is a 4-to-1 ratio, which is not the best in the world, but we're not going to need a lot of it. So I'm going to go ahead and get these iron gears made up. So I'm going to need, what is that, 12 pieces of iron, and it's going to be a minute before I get that done. So yeah, I've been cooking up a lot of steel and everything else. Oh, so it's 8-to-1. Okay, that's right, because of 4 ingots and everything. This is just a little bit easier in the crafting, so I'm going to need all 12 of those. And there we go. Should have all those. And now we can actually start converting this stuff over. So I'm going to take all the fuel out of these and let them burn off the last little bit they have. It should be producing nothing. Yeah, it's not. So in the quest book, it does say it's going to need a little bit more water. So we're going to need a fused reservoir. So end of reservoir is just fused glass around a cauldron. We got plenty of cauldrons. Fused glass is actually pretty easy if I remember right. It's just 3 quartz makes 1, so we need 8, so it's going to be 24 pieces of quartz. Well, in my travel, I did actually come across quite a bit. So let's go ahead and actually, let's make, a few more. And we're going to make actually quite a few of these, because they're going to be quite handy down the road, and that should be all she needs. And let's make sure we get it. Oh, yes, there we go. We do have a couple cauldrons, so that's not that big of a deal. So while we're waiting on this, it's going to kind of drain the power a little bit. Let's go ahead and clean up our little mess over here. And we will have a infinite water source available to us. Let's go ahead and clean this all up. Make it nice and tidy. And we're going to have to put these in there. Oh, I think I need to take these out too. Okay. So when you break them and you don't take out the augments, it kind of deletes everything. Good to know. That might be a bug. I'm not going to cheat those in because they're real easy to make. So now, I'm trying to think of how we're going to do this. We're going to have a dynamo here. We're going to need to wrench that around, and I don't think I have my wrench on me. Let me get this set up, and we'll come back in just a second, because I think this is done. And I'm going to make these little reservoirs, and they're pretty easy to make. Should be that one done. Sweet. So now we actually have the ability to make more power. Now, I noticed that we don't have this one unlocked yet to make just a basic harden upgrade kit. How hard is the harden? How hard is the harden? That's a lot of things to say right there. Invar electrical steel block. Oh, okay. So this requires silicone and steel. Silicone we can get from centrifuging, electrolyzing, emerald lapis. I'm going to have to look through this. Redstone. Got a lot of redstone. Potassium. There has to be an easy one to do. Mica. Clay. Here we go. Clay actually gets us a decent amount, actually. So we might have to look into that. I know I have dropped a few pieces of clay in here, which made clay dust. So that shouldn't be too bad. Now let me come back in a minute. Let me get this all set up. All right, a bit of advice for everybody. If you hold shift and left click, you can actually connect to which one you want. See how that's working? Now I want this right here, and let's see. I believe that's on the, wait, which way is that? That is north. So we want on the north to extract always active. And that should pump into here. So if I put this augment in here, the what is it? This one, boiler. That's going to produce mill buckets. We throw that in there. Let's throw some charcoal in there. So that it should be pumping into here. Maybe. Boiler converter. 160 millibuckets per tick. And that's producing no RFs yet. So let's turn these into turbines. Maybe that's what, there we go. Got that going, and that's creating a decent amount of power. I'm not going to complain. And let's throw this last one in. Go. Now all we have to do is connect this back up, and let's see if this is powering back up. Oh, it is, and it's doing it fast. And we're draining out. So that is a nice little way of automating that. We're going to have to figure a way to give it items and everything. But for right now, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. So now we have a little bit more power to play with, and I think we could actually do a couple like this, because we have enough room to actually put another one right here and have it feed into the same line. So that's going to be kind of nice. It's going to hopefully speed up the process of making power and everything, and it's a lot better than 40 RF per tick. So we were only making 320 or 80. Now I believe we are making, I think it said something about 320 per dynamo. Is that per dynamo? Oh, per set of 3 augments. So this is 320, so it's 160 each. So that's not bad. It's quite a bit more than 80. That's literally what, 86, what, 63 times as much. So not going to complain. And hopefully it's not going to use as much on the resources. It doesn't look like it's going to. And don't know if this actually helps. I don't know if there's any other augments for gas or anything. Boiler conversion. I don't think there is. So we're going to have to look into that, see if there's anything we can do. But for right now, that will work. And I could just put hoppers on that and pretty much feed it in there automatically. That is going to help a lot with our RF. Look at that, it's already almost filled up. So one of the things I was wanting to get into was the assembler to making these primitive circuits a lot easier. But one little problem with that, we're going to need gallium dust, because gallium dust is actually in the process of making these processors. So if we look at the primitive one, this stuff's easy. This dioid, though, gallium dust, which oddly enough, I did find a lot of gallium dust. But to get that, we're going to actually have to get a centrifuge and pretty much pulverize some zinc and make it into, what do you call it? Throw it in there. So a centrifuge does not look like it's going to be out of our future. We're going to have to be able to get that today. I don't think I have it on there, so let's go ahead and mark that. And it does not look too hard. 4 circuits, 10 cable, and electric motor, which electric motors are actually really simple. So I'm going to go ahead and make that stuff up real quick, and it shouldn't take me too long. I'm going to make actually quite a bit of that wire, because I think we're going to need a lot of it today. So, and it's also something good to have. But before we get into that, I was going to actually show you this area right here. I had to block myself back off. And you can hear the mobs. But look at this. Quite a bit of stuff, but the main thing I'm interested in is these ender pearls right here. I should have cleaned up my inventory. Actually, no, I don't need to do that. Let's go ahead and just break this. And what we're going to do is throw it all in our backpack. And hope we can get out of here pretty quickly. But that doesn't look like it's going to be too hard. There we go. So we got the ender, actually. And it has Empower 2 on that one. This one has just regular powered, but it has traveling, so that's actually kind of cool. So let me head back to the base, and I think I already looted that one. I'm going to grab the chest, just to be on the safe side. And I'll meet you guys back at the base area after I kind of do a few things real quick. I'm going to show you guys actually how dangerous this place is. Go. I blocked this area off, and you can actually see the area outside right there. But there is just a lot of bad things out there. I'm going to collect these furnaces. Alright, I'll meet you guys back at the base. This is a terrifying place, and I can finally take that little thing off my map so I can don't forget about it. Alright, everybody, that should be all I need. There we go. Got the basic centrifuge. Already got a cable ready for it. And now it wants us to... Oh. I don't know if I was actually supposed to make that yet. Where is that? LV extractor. I could have swore I saw it on here. Huh. Well, it's not on here. But we got it anyways. I think this is the one we're supposed to make. Which, it wouldn't take me long to make this. Let me go ahead and make this one as well. Alright. I think that's all I needed. There we go. We got that. And I believe I have some conductive wire around here somewhere, which If not, it's not that big of a deal. We just need to make some more, and I believe that's what we're using down here. All right, now we have the electrolyzer. So that's actually quite a few things done already, which I'm actually kind of shocked we got this far in just this episode. So a few things that's wanting us to get is uranite dust, which I don't know if we've actually came across uranite. Nope, that's not how you get that. Nether. So we could get it with three. Let's see, is that 3 Omni nickels? Not too bad. Which I'm gonna go ahead and get it, and the main reason I'm gonna get it is because in the long run, it's gonna save us from trying to find it. What was that before? Magnetite, and then uranite. So it wants us to basically pulverize this. Okay. I don't know if we have any. Let's see. No, we do not have any. So I have been down here actually adding to our little collection of ores. So if I need to find more, I can find it a lot easier. Now, what can I do with you? I can pulverize you into crushed uranite ore, but it's wanting just the uranite dust, which we can get if we centrifuge it. Okay, so let's test this out. We're going to pulverize one, let it go through that, and while we're doing that, the centrifuge was to get this galenium dust, which all we have to do is thermal centrifuge zinc ore. Now, we got some zinc ore right here. See what we can do with this. Ore washer, thermal centrifuging. Pile 10, pile stone. Okay, how do we purify it? Oh, we have to get an ore washer. That is a little bit... that makes it a little bit harder than what I thought it was going to be. Then we can use it... Yeah, then we get a big chunk of the galenium. Now, there was a way I saw this. Centrifuging impure piles of zinc. So that's after we have crushed zinc. So if we took our hammer to this, let's take 2 of them. Okay. And then we centrifuge you. Looks like it's going to take a minute. Now we got the crushed uranite ore, which then we need to either ore wash, thermal centrifuge, pulverize again. So then one would be purified, crushed uranite ore. So that's what we have right here. Okay, and there, we got our galenium dust, which is what we're needing. And we also need to start looking at the electrolyzing. Let's go ahead and look at the quest on that one. And we need a pulsating nugget, which is a electrolyzer of ender pearl dust. Just one of those ender pearls that we found. In a crusher. This has a lot of weird recipes. Okay. And then it was electrolyze it into pulsating. Ooh, this is not working. Does this actually require water? No. It says EU tier. I think I'm doing something wrong. Okay, so you take this, and then you smelt it, and then you get the pulsating one. Okay, so that's actually how we're going to get pulsating dust. So that's actually interesting. And that, if we look at it, can make quite a few things. I believe an alloy smelter. There we go. That's how we can get our pulsating iron, which could actually make conduits, which will be quite useful. I believe We look up conduits. There we go. Pulsating iron. Yeah, that's exactly how we get it. Sweet. So that will help us out in the future. Now the electrolyzer, that's going to be a different story. Let's go look at that real quick. And then we're going to upgrade it. So we need aluminum dust, lithium dust, which centrifuge, Empire lithium, that's it. Electrolyze. Tungsten, soda peat oil. Oh, hey, wait. Spoda, whatever. I think I have you. I have a little bit. We'll go ahead and take this down and mark this as well. Well, that's good enough right now. And it wants us to electrolyze this. We can do it that way, or we can pulverize it. I think pulverizing will always be the best method, so we don't actually have to use that much. Let's do, I think it was 4 to 1. So that should make a stack. That's going to take a minute. Let me come back in a minute when I get a lot of this done up and everything. So be back in just a moment. All right, everybody. It looks like we're going to have to go through a different process of making this because I forgot about the fluid spot. And for this, you're going to actually have to have a little bit of oxygen, which will give us everything we need. Right now, I can actually make the lithium dust because I am centrifuging this, and it's giving me quite a bit of lithium. So I can get one thing out of that done, and that's about it. But that's not too bad. I mean, it gives us 8 piles, which we can actually make lithium batteries now. But that does get that out of there. Silicone, that's going to be a different story. I think it's going to want us to do the rutile one, which you can see all these need oxygen. And some need hydrogen, but most of them just need oxygen. So I'm going to have to look at that a little bit different. But I guess right now we can actually just take these real quick. I'm going to upgrade just the bottom 2. And we're going to call it an episode, which I think this is a good wrapping up point. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and get this done. It's something that's been needing done. I want to see the differences in these. We can upgrade these like this. There we go. There's a silver one. And it adds a few more slots. That's actually kind of cool. And the gold one is a little bit different. So I guess that other one just smelts a little bit faster. So until next time, everybody, hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, don't forget that like button. If you're new to my channel and you enjoyed the content, don't forget to hit the subscribe. Any comments, concerns, or anything else, put down in the comment section down below. And until next time, take it easy, everybody. Later.